Alright guys, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, and we just got done cross-examining your boy Victor Kudo for like the third time, and now we are about to see where this trial leads to now. Because he's claiming he still believes he's right, and we might need to go through another cross-examination of this guy. But anyway, let's resume where we left off. Impossible! The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee.
Objection!
Which hand the victim used to pick up the coffee is irrelevant, Your Honor. The fact still stands. With one hand or the other, Mr. L drank the poisoned coffee. Like this! Sadly, Mr. Kudo, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory was credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. Gavel, gavel, gavel. I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. Oh, never mind. Looks like we are done. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you just have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old fogey! I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there. Gavel! I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Good stuff. What the? What is going on? Wait a minute! If we stop now, where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo? Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there, I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's across his I's. How is your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. I've kept my mouth shut until now, but there's something else the court should know. What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark. Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the coffee you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 60 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man. Gavel! That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet, mama. I can't believe this is happening. You better get ready, youngster. I get the picture. Just quit throwing seeds at me, would you? He's got to be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. Breaking the fourth wall. The final showdown. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not so sure of it myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took a sip of the Javakino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase and he knocked it right over. Okay, it broke and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, huh? Still wouldn't know what the hell has that got to do with anything. Is that all? Yes, that's all. I remembered it perfectly. You doubting me again? You doubting a poor defenseless old man? We're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo. Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah. So what, probably. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy. You're bird brain. That's why that's all you can think of. He heard that? Very well, Mr. Wright. Your final cross-examination, please. Are you serious? This might be nothing. I'm not so sure of it. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took the sip of... Okay. He's been saying that for a while. The clumsy idiot knocked over the vase. Or the vase. The vase. A vase, you say. Yes, there are vases on all the tables in that place. They are accidents waiting to happen. They're practically begging to be knocked over. Oh, he's right about there being vases. I do remember seeing them too. There was a vase on the table when I ate lunch there. And you saw the moment when the victim actually knocked over the vase? Well, it's hard to say. It's a bit unclear. How do you really define... Oh my god. Okay, I get it. I heard it break and the sight of it is burned into my memory as clear as day. It broke and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Soaked in water, you mean? Yes, it splashed me on the knee as well. You said you were sitting at a table across from the room, And yet, or across the victim from the... Oh! I completely read whatever that wrong. Like, whatever that last sentence was, I completely, like, skimmed through it and read it all wrong. But anyway, and yet the water still managed to splash onto you, even though you were further away from the victim. It was cold, I clearly remember it splashing me. Could the water really make it all the way across to the other side of the room? Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, huh? You mean the vase on the victim's table falling upside down and breaking? The vase turned upside down, and my testimony's turning this case upside down. It's a joke. I just wanted everyone to hear it. What do you think, Captain? I'm impressed by your ability to waste time. Kudo hasn't raised any objections for a while now. So you young show-off. With that scrap of information, I'm throwing down the gauntlet. If I lose this one, I'll take it like a man and admit defeat. He's really giving you the evil eye, Maya. It's you he's looking at, Nick, not me. It's like he's saying, I triple dog dare you to find a contradiction. I guess I'll just have to rise to the challenge. Oof, I'm getting tired. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of the Java Kino. Upset, knocked over the vase, but if... What about that picture? I could have sworn the picture we just got shown showed the vase on top of there. And the vase didn't even get knocked over. This guy's an idiot. That was easy. Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. So what? Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. Huh? Lost your tongue, Granddad? I'm no granddad of yours, hopscotch. Ow! Ow! Come on, man, stop! Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night. What is it now? I just remembered something. Yes, go on. The broken vase. It was on my table. What? Yeah, well, you see... It startled me when that young lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean. The vase on your table? Yes, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked. Thanks for wasting our time. You're wasting my time. Even Kudo is just sitting there like, dude, for real? He's smiling too, though. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all? Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. There's more I gotta say. Oh yes, I remember something else. Gavel! Bailiff! Escort the witness out of the courtroom. Wait, listen to me! You just hating cause your ass is old. And I am still not in a position to deliver a verdict. He's going to give us an extra day. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far. The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick, you did it! I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There's one more thing before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Your Honor? The witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into this statement. Okay. You may each have a copy of it if you wish. Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that. Kudo's really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Kudo's. Yes, Your Honor. Victor's testimony added to the court record. I'm sorry, this isn't a piece of testimony. More like a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies? Gavel? That is all. This court is adjourned. To be continued next time in the next episode of Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. But we're actually going to continue. I don't want to end off on an 11-minute part. So we're going to continue for about 9 more minutes, I guess. January 7th, 12:52 p.m. Wright and Co. Law offices. So how do you think the trial went this morning? How do you think it went? It got a bit crazy in there. I just wonder if that killed our chances. Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. But now we don't even know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee. All we know is what old Mr. Kudo saw, the apron straps and the ribbon, and that the victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured. Talk about a terrifying case of contradictions. Contradictionitis. Time to play doctor and find ourselves a cure then, huh? Yeah! We gotta find one for Maggie or she's gonna have a terminal case of guilty. What should we do, Maya? I'm officially at a loss as to where to start. Yeah, me too. Let's try some brainstorming. You go first. I guess we should try to put Mr. Kudo's testimony to some sort of use. Yeah, that's true. And we need to figure out the identity of the waitress and who the victim really was. Somehow, I think the key to this case has to be at Trey being. Well then, let's go back there and check it out again. Oh, and we should drop in on Maggie and see how she's doing too. I guess we'll do that first. Anything on your mind? Actually, there is something. I was wondering about Jin Op, you know? Like, what is he like and stuff? Oh, yeah. I almost forgot about that guy. I done picked you so hard it'll feel like you was smooching the express train. Phoenix Wright. You saying use Phoenix Wright. Cause I'm Phoenix Wright. This dude's insane. I wouldn't hate to be around that guy. Actually, I've learned a little something about my doppelganger. You did? What did you find out? Oh yeah, Maya was working at the restaurant when I ran into Don Foniene. Oh my god. Don Fonier. Don Fonier, that's what he called him. What's that guy's story anyway? Why? Or what does he have to gain by impersonating me? I don't know. Anyway, let's move. Criminal Affairs Department, Detention Center. Let's go here. Let's go see how Maggie's doing. I guess Maggie's still in questioning. But we've got questions to ask her too. Maggie! Maggie! Keep it down, Maya. This isn't a playground, you know. Maggie! Maggie! Let's go see if Gumshoe's in the department. See if he's in his office. Police Station, Criminal Affairs. Looks like Gumshoe's not here. Never mind that. What's going on? It feels different in here somehow. You think? Yeah, everyone seems to be on edge. What are you doing? Call in the officers for the briefing, quick! Didn't you shut down the station's server? Chief, quit playing on the internet. But my email pen fell. Elite Princess. Save it for later. I'm turning it off now. They're getting hacked? No! Elite Princess! Everyone's keeping busy in here, huh? Keeping busy, more like panicking if you ask me. Something's going on. Something big. I think they're being hacked. These are the detective's desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny. They're a lot tidier than expected. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. Yup. This must be the chief of the detectives here. He looks lost. Now the power to his computer has been cut. Oh well, I guess I would just have to write her a real letter instead of an email. Alternatively, you could write up some reports. Just a suggestion. Dear Elite Princess, how are you? I'm okay. How was the show last night? Wow, what an awesome job. Maybe I should send in my resume and become chief. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Even pickpockets can have their pockets picked. That's a keeper. Better to go with something that doesn't sound too much like a slogan. He must be coming up with slogans for a crime prevention campaign. But I'm not sure even if he knows what kind of crime he's trying to prevent. Now let's get the hell out of here then. Guess we gotta go to Trey Bien. We have to go to Trey Bien. That's the alright, that's our only option at the moment, I guess. January 7th, Trey Bien. Empty, as usual. Yeah, and it's lunchtime too. That's it, come on, come on! That sounds like... Now just call an 8, pal, come on, I know you can. He's getting really worked up about something. No! That's the wrong number! Looks like an 8 would have only netted me $5 anyway. What a rip-off. What's the problem, Detective Gumshoe? Huh? Oh, it's you. I was just listening to the radio, pal. To the radio? Hey, Detective Gumshoe's having lunch here. He is, and he's having the twin tea set. What can I say? Do 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 do. I like Gumshoe's theme. It's so catchy. This is a nightmare. How am I supposed to look Maggie in the eye now, pal? You really drove her into a corner, you know. You always blow apart my testimony. Why of all days didn't you do it today? There just weren't any holes in it for once. Yeah, what happened? Usually your testimonies are like Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese? Would he have preferred crumbly like aged Parmesan? Anyway, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find. So did Maggie say anything to you about me, I mean? Well, how did she put it again? I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. I hate him, sir. I mean it. I don't even want to see him again. Something like that. Wow. Please, Detective Gumshoe, I didn't mean. Why is this happening? He's banging his head against the wall. Nick! Oh man, poor Gumshoe. Lunch special. So, did you like the twin tea set? I never paid that much money for lunch before. I was so nervous my hands were shaking. So how did it taste? Well, for $20 I guess. I don't know how to describe it. Really, it was delicate. Delicate? You mean you liked it? It didn't taste bad to you? What's the matter with him? Looks like he's thinking. That's it. I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste. I just got it right now. Bad. That's it. It tasted bad. Oh, Gumshoe. It's kind of hard to admit it to yourself when you pay $20 though. Yeah, I know how you feel. Like you pay like all this money. It's like, oh yeah, I'm hyped for this. Yeah, I guess it was good. I guess it was good. Then you realize like a couple of minutes later, it's like, oh man, that was bad. Maybe he should have found out about the price after he had finished eating. Maybe that's why Glenn came here. Maybe he heard about the famous twin tea set. Glenn L., the victim, huh? Which reminds me, we still hardly know anything about the guy. Why don't we ask Gumshoe what he knows, seeing as he's here? The radio. So what were you excited about earlier? The lottery? Oh, that's right. You said you were listening to the radio or something. Oh, that was nothing. I wasn't excited. Come on, Detective Gumshoe. You can tell little old me. What were you listening to? Nothing really. It was just the daily exercise show. Oh no, Gumshoe's lying. He's lying. A Cyclock? This lunch special lobster is great. And why are there tears in your eyes? Alright, so what we're gonna do, guys, is take a short break right now, and then once we come back, we'll be back to crack Gumshoe's one and only Psylocke. So I'll see you guys later. Psylocke, however you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm communicating to you. Psylocke, doesn't matter. But I'll see you guys on the next episode of Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations.